Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to break down floors 39 all the way to 41. Now, in the video playthrough that I'm going to show you, you will not see my secret defenders. I actually made a big mistake here when I was attempting floor 39 using them, and this is why it's so important to make sure you guys are clicking carefully when you're selecting the enemies, because what happened was I actually did not end up rewinding Icarus with my Miss Marvel Hardlight, and it cost me, guys. So thankfully, at this point in time, if you guys are only using a few teams, you probably only would have a few to push up. So that's why the videos have been short. There's only been a couple of floors because there's only so many teams that you can use now, right? There's Apocalypse, Super Skrull, Black Knight, and as well as the Secret Defenders combinations that we have. So that's how I'm going to be progressing. Thankfully, this is a nice little practice period to see what works and what doesn't, and it's given us an opportunity to theory craft. So hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go through now some alternate teams going from floors 39 to 41. Okay, so I definitely think Superior 6 is a good team to use here if you guys have them built up. Now, for me personally, mine were not as high as I'd like, so that's why I actually decided to bring in Super Skrull to put them over the top here. So you can see here, I got this mixture synergy here of Super Skrull mixed in with my Superior 6 characters. So you want to start things off by going down the middle. Again, we have to be very mindful of that Icarus because of the fact that he actually has that devastating ultimate ability that can flip everything. So you just want to be careful and control as much as you can. So I opted to use the special on the right side there. That way I can turn me or rewind everyone else. And then as well, I like bringing in Lizard because he can strip away all the buffs and specifically target Black Cat for that reason. But yeah, the reason why Secret Defenders is so good on this one is because Black Cat would actually take away the revives, right? So it's just nice. It would have been nice to actually have that mechanic, but it is what it is. Now we're just powering through here with the synergy mixture. So other pain targets, obviously, is the fact that you have to deal with Dormammu and Kestrel that can hit like a truck. So I'm aiming for that right side still. And remember, they all have revives. I think that's what makes it a problematic node here specifically. And that's why I'm glad we're powering through here with not just the trauma, but as well, thankfully, with Green Goblin landing the ultimate there, you know, even Icarus being down in HP, he wasn't able to actually fully heal because of the trauma. So that was kind of a nice advantage there. Shortly afterwards, you still have to remember that they're going to be getting their abilities off, and you can even see right there, just thanks to the passive bonuses that we're getting from Skrull, even Icarus using his ultimate wasn't able to fully finish off us, and that was kind of very opportune. Now the clutch move in this is obviously Skrull's ultimate because it's going to clear the entire wave, and again, these guys are just lucky that they have obviously the revives there. But now it's just simple cleanup here. We're just going to take care of business, cleaning up some of these weaker enemies up here. And obviously the big one is going to be Kestrel and Black Cat on the left side. After Icarus is ulted, you know, it's in a pretty good spot. Now, these enemies were very close. I tried to use the basic ability to finish them off, but you got to be careful here as well because even with half the enemies remaining, it still could be very dangerous because some of these enemies can hit hard like a truck, as you just saw with Kestrel and the ultimate there. That's why you do really want to focus on these damage dealers as soon as you can, and obviously having Skrull does give us a huge advantage here. Be able to turn me rewind. The disruption with the basic abilities, pretty big, pretty notable. And now we are just cleaning up, so it could be a little bit of a slow play, but thankfully the best characters on our team are still alive. And then yeah, at this point I would just clean up, try to focus on the damage dealers like Icarus and Kestrel. You can go ahead and leave Iron Man and Miss Marvel Hardlight if you want, but yeah, making sure that you take down the damage dealers is pretty big. But especially if they're already kind of weakened up as well, it could be opportune just to clean up the board. That way you can just focus on Kestrel. Either way, Kestrel cannot solo the 3 characters that we have, which is kind of good. Making sure that you obviously aim for everybody else at the very beginning that we already targeted. So again, pain point with this one was the fact that they all have the revives. But if you have a key character, you know, especially I would say in this mixture, Vulture and Green Goblin Classic are must-haves. Our Doc Ock wasn't even built up, but it was just nice that, again, he just had the synergy for Sinister 6, and that worked well for us. So again, Super Skrull doing work. And I feel like he really did just like solo the majority of this node, to be honest, especially the moment he landed that ultimate, and that cleaned up everything completely, even with them having revives. Yeah, this is a team I recommend, guys, only if you're not using Secret Defenders, because Secret Defenders I think is the go-to, but again, I messed that up, and this was the pseudo team that I had to put together here. Okay, Hive Mind with Black Knight. This one was actually closer than I thought it would be, because I really thought my Black Knight could survive longer, but the main reason he's brought in for this floor 40 is because not only does this team not use Apocalypse or Skrull, but the fact is that Black Knight is the direct counter usually to Super Skrull, so that's why I wanted to bring him in. And then as well, because we're up against the Undying, I absolutely love this with my Hive Mind team. They get amazing synergies with Carnage, and the fact that they get a lot of turn meter rewind. So you always want to be aiming for Gregs if you can, and that's how we're going to win this battle. We're actually going to be losing our Black Knight really early in this battle, and you know, that's why don't panic, guys. So as long as Gregs are up on the field, it's okay. The one thing I will be needing to be mindful of, obviously, is that initial burst of damage from Val. But if once you're able to get going here, as you can see, we're just going to keep targeting the Gregs, and it's basically the Hive Mind show. We're going to be taking a million turns before they can even move. Ideally, you want to take down Skrull, as I just did right there, and then boom, it's basically, you know, the Greg versus Hive Mind show. You just want to keep on targeting Greg. What that's going to do is it's going to give your Hive Mind team the turn meter rewind, which is absolutely massive. And at this point, you basically just want to use any kind of AoE attack that you can get your hands on at the same time, or use the key special ability to take away energy. But at the same time, if you're using that, make sure it targets Greg on the sideline, so that way it's going to give you that turn meter, and it's going to do a couple things. One, it'll give you the turn meter. Obviously means that you'll get more turns, and the energy will come back to you. You can use this opportune moment to actually use Gwendom's special 2 to make a stun happen, but at the same time also take down Greg. Either way, we're adding bleeds, we're adding debuffs, and we're just constantly getting that turn meter back, which is pretty massive. And at the same time, we're just continually chipping away at the enemy, and that's kind of the beauty of this team. You could, it's difficult to say if this can be done with just the full Hive Mind team, to be honest, because that initial damage from Super Skrull against this is pretty massive, and that's why Black Knight's just such a beautiful counter there, right? He completely shoulders all that initial damage and gives this Hive Mind team a fighting chance. And I do believe, I'm thinking about gear tier 18 here. I do believe that my Void Knight, Gwenom, and Red Goblin do have the gear tier 18. I think Carnage is the only one that's at 16 or 17, I forget. But regardless, yeah, this is a great team for raids anyways, guys. So you should be building them up if you can. The Bio Raid team with Hive Mind is probably going to stick around for a little bit. So you're definitely getting some value there. So now, when we're noticing some of these enemies are actually weakening, you just keep doing your thing, right? You can honestly probably just auto this, but you can see all the AoE damage hitting the Gregs. We're getting the turn meter, and yes, Hela's getting some turn meter as well with the Gregs, multiple Gregs being surviving here. But regardless, we're just doing so much work on the non-Undying members like Val. And again, we have unlimited energy, unlimited buffs, and at this point, it really is just kind of a waiting game. Waiting for all our damage to burst. And the moment that Hela goes down, it's pretty much game over, right? She only has so many death proofs given by the Gregs that we're taking down, but the moment you stun her, the moment you decide to, it's GG, especially once you see all the vulnerals getting stacked up. As you can see, instant kill right there, and boom, boom, boom. And yeah, we just took advantage of that. Well, the moment Hela goes down, it's showtime to finish off these Undying members. And yeah, that's game over. So you can see Black Knight played a pivotal role in that initial burst, but I mean, really, it was the Hive Mind show and making sure that you take advantage of turn meter. This is a great budget win, not using Apocalypse or Skrull for this to rank up, obviously, for the next level here. Okay, last but not least, I'm bringing in my Apocalypse to put my Extreme X-Men over the top here, because this is like one of the best teams in my roster, being free to play. So this is a good one, guys, because we have so much of the positive buffs getting granted with the Extreme X-Men synergy, but as well, we have a good amount of debuffs, and you want debuffs because you want also Apocalypse countering Apocalypse in this. So ideally, you should be able to get the turn first here, and using Apocalypse's ultimate, we're going to be countering. Unfortunately, Sasquatch is likely going to have the taunt, so you can at least finish him off. At that point, because we were able to flip everything with Apocalypse, you should be able to get an ability block on him, and make sure you get an ability block on North Star. Once you do that, it is game over. This is a very, very quick and fast match. So at that point, obviously the focus is on North Star and Apocalypse, ideally taking him down before he can get his empowered state. And even if he does, we can definitely survive a punch, but more so just trying to keep it simple, right? And thankfully, with these newer matches, these characters look scary, but the synergies of this team definitely shines it out. So that's what I mean, guys. When you're in these later stages, you're probably only going to be rotating between 3 to 4 teams that get you 3 to 4 floors a day. And that's kind of the game plan right now, guys. I messed up the Secret Defenders. I should have been able to use them, but it is what it is. We still have a couple days here. I think I can still push possibly to 46 or 47. We'll see, but it was good practice. I made some mistakes along the way, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for your time as always, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one.